Hello, seniors and parents and coaches. I'm sorry we can't all be together, but I can't think of a better place to be standing than on these playing fields. To my left, we have the softball field and the swimming pool. Straight ahead, we have the gymnasiums and the workout rooms. The football and soccer field is under my feet, and the baseball diamonds to my right, as well as all the other training areas. Again, I'm sorry we're not together, but this is going to have to do. Seniors, I know we have a season lost this past spring, but I hope you'll never forget those seasons when you did compete here. You did us proud. You worked hard. You played hard, as my mother used to say. You picked yourselves up when you stumbled and sometimes fumbled, and you showed what was best. You showed the true efforts of hard work and fair play and sportsmanship, and we're the better for it. And coaches, thank you. You played an enormous role in the lives of our students, and we are the much better for it. And to parents, thank you for coming and cheering in the stands and supporting the seniors. So tonight, the program will begin in a second, and I know the fields are quiet and the gyms are silent, but the roar of the crowd will return to Poly and will once again to show the kind of school we are. So with that, welcome, and now let's get on with the program. Thank you.
Hello everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight for Poly's 28th Annual Senior Awards. This year is going to be a little unique, but our coach presenters are still here tonight joining us from their homes to try to make this night as special as possible for our seniors. So first I want to say thank you to all our coaches who have worked long hours of practice, game planning, strategizing, and most importantly building relationships with our student athletes. But tonight we are gathered here to honor the athletes that have impacted our lives the last 4 years. Seniors, the last 4 years you have spent time being a part of something greater than yourself. You have practiced, traveled, bonded, and role modeled what being a Poly athlete means. You have created memories for yourself and our community. You have won CIF championships, prep league titles, and have achieved individual and team success. Through all your competitions, wins, and losses, you showed great character and integrity, representing Poly the right way, and I thank you for that. Let's now take a minute and highlight some accomplishments of this year and this class. Girls water polo won their 4th straight prep league title while having a 37-game prep league win streak. Boys soccer won the prep league for the first time since 2013-14 and made it to the CIF semifinals. Girls tennis won their 2nd straight prep league title while having an undefeated regular season, and girls volleyball won their 2nd straight prep league title in a row while making the CIF semifinals. 50 individuals were selected to all prep league teams. 4 of those individuals were honored as prep league MVPs. 13 athletes were selected to all CIF teams, and 4 teams were selected as CIF academic champions. Over the last 4 years, the class of 2020 has accounted for 52 all prep league selections and 5 prep league MVPs, 21 all CIF selections, and impressively, 12 senior student athletes participated in at least 10 seasons of sport or more, and 6 seniors participated in all 12 seasons. So to the class of 2020, congratulations on 4 great years. I would now like to say thank you to the Panther Club. We appreciate the many hours they selflessly volunteer to help our athletic program, including team banquets, team apparel, running the Panther store, tailgates, Friday night lights, and more. The Panther Club truly cares about Poly and its student athletes, and it is with great pleasure that I introduce Panther Club President Megan Stimler.
Thank you, Steve. Congratulations to the senior athletes. We have enjoyed watching you play on the courts and fields and in the pool over your years at Poly. Thank you to the senior parents. We really appreciate all the support that you have given to the Panther Club over the years. Today, I'm going to be giving 2 well-deserving parents the Panther Club Volunteer Award, Eileen Williamson and Kim D'Amico. Eileen Williamson has been a huge asset to the Panther Club over the years. She has chaired for Friday Night Lights, both tennis and the pickleball tournament, as well as she founded the 3-on-3 basketball tournament and continues to organize today. You all have enjoyed playing in that tournament over the years. Eileen has chaired the silent auction for Friday Night Lights over the last 3 years, which has been a huge success. Thank you to Eileen. I really appreciate all your energy and the countless things you have done for the Panther Club over the years. Kim D'Amico is a dynamic leader that has spent many, many hours working for the Panther Club and making it what it is today. Kim has hosted Friday Night Lights multiple times at her own house while chairing the Friday Night Lights event. She is also the Panther Club president for 2 years. Thank you, Kim, for all that you have done for the Panther Club. We are going to really, really miss you. Thanks to both Kim and Eileen for your dedication and your commitment to the Panther Club. Congratulations once again to the class of 2020. Back to you, Steve.
Thanks, Megan. Each year we pick 2 athletes to speak about their Poly athletic experience. This year's speakers are Harry Foy and Kylie Kishi. They exemplify what makes being a Poly athlete special: working hard, being a good teammate, and supporting their peers. First up tonight is Harry Foy.
Thank you, Coach Bierman. I've never really been that competitive with sports. Don't get me wrong, I love to win, but I've always gotten over losses quickly. It all started in Little League. My teammates would get super disappointed and even cry after a loss. But I was just excited that the game was over to get a free hot dog, chips, and a drink from the snack shack. Growing up, my main sport was always tennis. Throughout my young tennis career, I continued to have elbow pains as I trained more and more. As an 8th grader, my elbow doctor gave me an option: 2 to 3 years of no tennis or any elbow-related activity or surgery. Imagine yourself as a young teen, getting told you can't play basketball, football, whatever your favorite sport was at the time. I really didn't know what to do with myself, but looking back at those few years, they were truly a blessing. When I entered Poly as a 9th grader, instead of playing tennis year-round, I participated in a wide range of athletics. I played 4 years of football, 2 years of basketball, 2 years of soccer, 2 years of golf, and finally, 1 year of tennis. From playing JV football with my 18-year-old brother, scoring points in frosh-off basketball, working my way up to varsity soccer, to hitting monster drives in golf, I wasn't meant to be just a tennis player at Poly. But still, I didn't have that burning desire to win. It never really mattered to me that much, until the 2019 CIF tennis finals. As a team, we went all this way to where it seemed like the only good result was a championship. To their credit, Calabasas' 2,000 student high school had better tennis players than our 400 student high school, but still, the loss hurt. I look back now, still disappointed in that loss, but I realize it was more important that I made friends and bonded over a similar love of being outside, having fun, and staying active. I want to thank Poly for my time here and all the coaches that have helped me grow along the way. Calabasas may have their 2019 CIF tennis ring, but that doesn't matter. Thank you. And now, Kylie Kishi.
Thank you, Harry. Hi, everyone. So when visiting a kindergarten class as part of our virtual senior week, we were asked what our favorite memory of Poly was. I didn't know how it was supposed to encompass 4 years of ups, downs, growth, and friendship into one single memory. I started to panic a little bit because someone had already mentioned outdoor ed, so I ended up telling them that being a part of a sports team was my favorite memory. And thinking back, I don't think I realized at the time how true that was. And not only being on a team, but also being a part of Poly's athletic community. Of course, the girls' basketball team will always hold a special place in my high school memories. There's no other group of girls who I would have wanted to experience such euphoric highs and devastating lows with, and yeah, we got our fair share of both. And then there are the coaches who have been such an amazing support system, both on the court and just around campus. I really have this team to thank for making me much of the person who I am right now. But beyond being on a team, I've also made memories on the sidelines. I'm doing my best to be at all of the badminton home games, to following the girls' volleyball team all the way to Santa Barbara. Feeling the energy of the crowd and watching my friends do something that they love to do is half the fun for me. My dad has always told me that sports were good because being on a team teaches you life skills like leadership, respect, and hard work. And yes, playing sports at Poly has undoubtedly taught me to have these qualities, but it also has created long-lasting relationships that I know I will have long after my playing days are over. Someone once said that humans, not places, make memories. So to all the humans in this community, thank you for making this experience my favorite memory.
Thanks, Harry and Kylie, for sharing your stories. That was awesome. We would now like to honor our senior All-CIF recipients. These athletes have been honored by CIF as being some of the best at their sport. Congratulations on this honor. We are proud of your hard work and dedication. We would now like to honor our Scholar Athletes of the Year, students that maintain success in the classroom while also participating athletically at the varsity level. This year award winners are Jilly Denham and Renzo Sohato. Their commitment to academia and athletics are reflected in their stellar grade point averages and their on-field accolades, being the example of a true Poly student athlete. Congratulations on your achievements. We all know how challenging this is at Poly. Now for the special part of our evening. Coaches will get a chance to reflect on the relationships they have built with this senior class. For the 12 seniors who participated in 10 or more seasons of sport, you will be receiving a photo collage from the athletic department in appreciation for all your efforts. In this age of specialization, it is a true love of playing sports that motivates these student athletes to commit 2 hours a day to an athletic team. Multi-sport athletes are the backbone of Poly athletics, so thank you for your time and your commitment. Now let's begin our presentations with our coaches. Starting us off is Rick Carriger. Coach, take it away.
Thank you, Steve, and special thanks to all of you for joining us this evening to honor our seniors. I hope that all of you are healthy and safe at home. In my 33 years of coaching, there are few athletes who have played with such a relentless work ethic and reckless abandon as Shannon Dilbeck. This Tasmanian devil on the court wreaked havoc on other teams' offenses as she raced around the court like the Flash. Her indefatigable efforts, to the point of literally collapsing from a lack of oxygen, led her to become a great rebounder like Dennis Rodman. Well, minus the rainbow hair, rings, and tattoos. Shannon, despite missing time on the court, you didn't miss time with your teammates. We thank you for your Herculean efforts and for being a caring teammate. Evan Hayes reached the gold standard in his Poly athletics career. Participating on only varsity sports teams, this alchemist of athletes achieved accomplishments attained by few. From his 9th grade debut, when he won an epic cross-country race at Griffith Park, to his senior year, Evan displayed unparalleled commitment and focus. In soccer, Coach Marion noted, quote, Evan returned to the pitch just in time to help the soccer team make the best playoff run in recent memory. He confidently and calmly controlled the midfield. Evan was crucial to the team both on and off the field with his work ethic, his kindness, and his talent, unquote. Whether as a runner or patrolling the Orange Crush defensive line in soccer, Evan's greatest athletic attribute was his dependability. We knew you'd play hard, come prepared, and be focused. Thank you, Evan. Over her first 3 years in high school basketball, Kylie Kishi earned all-league honors each season and displayed an offensive athletic prowess, scoring prowess, including a 30-point playoff performance. This leading scorer took even greater pride in being able to shut down the other team's top offensive players. Through her career, Kylie regularly launched a one-woman press against the opposition, which demoralized them as she repeatedly stole the ball. Early this year, unfortunately, Kylie tore her ACL, and though her career was over, her season was not, as she continued to pour herself into her teammates. Coach Parker summed it up. You can tell when players exhibit the type of poise, drive, and heart that will serve them well in whatever they do after high school. After her injury, Kylie showed us every bit how her contagious energy and heart on the court manifest as empathetic leadership off the court, unquote. Hey, little feet, you have a big heart. Kylie, you leave here etched on the Mount Rushmore of Poly female hoopsters. In conferring with Coach Kang, we realized how remarkably consistent Nicky Jung was in his Poly athletic career. He not only led the cross-country and tennis teams in attendance for each of his 4 years, but he was invariably the first to arrive at practice. During summer, Nicky regularly squeezed in tennis practice, followed by his long-distance training runs. Nicky was also an accomplished runner and tennis player. Coach Kang and I were in awe of Nicky the Notebook's meticulous notes and knowledge of opponents, their running times, hitting strokes, and he regularly mentioned, "Hey coach, did you see the cross-country workout video for such and such a high school?" Nicky arrived in 9th grade, tall, gangly, exuberant, and impersonated a bobblehead whenever he would go on his training runs. But by the end of his career, he emerged as a strong athlete, a vocal leader, and controlled posture from head to toe. Coach Kang and I marvel at your mental maturation, and I loved your monochromatic practice uniforms. We will miss you, Nicky, and your innumerable contributions. Sam Salvati's passion as a sports fan is only exceeded by his ability to run far, smash a tennis ball, kick a football, or hit deep threes. I loved having Sam on the team because of his playfulness, his display of support for team camaraderie, his sense of purpose as an athlete, and his premier comedic timing. Sam's arsenal of contributions included encouragement, connections, and of course, humor. He shared, quote, "I had already learned the importance of a team and friends in this sport, but this cross-country season took that idea even further. My teammates were the reason I was able to push through a difficult year," unquote. Sam's ability to rebound from a severe summer ankle injury reveals his determination. When he came out, he worked hard and he ended up running a massive PR at league finals. Sam, you are a 12 for 12 athlete, and thus you have touched many people's lives. I know that your teammates delighted in working with you and being on the same team. And personally, I will miss coaching and talking sports with you. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my highly esteemed colleague, Tina Cocomelli, and welcome her to the podium. This marks Tina's last speaking engagement at a Poly Athletics event. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick. I'm so privileged to honor Marissa Guerra for her extraordinary commitment to Poly Athletics. As a 4-year member of the dance team, she generously shared her exquisite dance technique, skillful teaching ability, strong and caring leadership, and unmatched loyalty and spirit for Poly. The track team also benefited from her positive energy and her bubbly personality. We are so proud of Marissa for her ability to persevere and remain committed no matter the circumstances. Congratulations, Marissa. I'm now happy to introduce my colleague, Jack Prater.
Thank you, Ms. Cocomelli. We miss you already. Love you. Much success to you and your next adventure. First athlete I'm going to talk about is Maddie. Maddie with 1D, master of the DMC, supporter of human rights regardless of faith and gender. It's a tired trope to talk about kids struggling in the pool that first day of water polo, but Maddie first faced those first few days fearlessly. As an athlete on the court, Maddie is one of those players that totally gets in the zone when she competes. And it's that competitiveness that has allowed her to progress on the volleyball team from Team GJ to defensive specialist to serving specialist, finally to just offensive weapon. Maddie walks that fine line between brutal intensity and crazy fun. Maddie, thanks for humiliating the other team's defenses with your serves and with your shots, and for all the music and all the fun that you brought to both teams over the years. Best of luck to you in all things. Next, we're going to try to find out who put the ink in Fink. Steven did. Steven is like a mini professor, full of knowledge and tidbits. He's quick of wit and just full of fun. He has many passions, and I'm really glad that volleyball was one of them. As an athlete, he is polite and deferring. He's quick with a yes, coach, but equally quick with clear-eyed analysis of whatever the situation is, be it in volleyball or whether the moon landing was being faked. He loves being on the court, loves being with his teammates. He's been a pleasure to have on the squad. Steven, thank you for your tenacity and your dedication. It's been a joy. DNAC, Dexter. I know it's not listed, but Dexter is a 3-sport athlete, but y'all don't want to give eSport the love that it deserves. Right? Because no matter the setting, Dexter plays every game. Every game he plays with fire and just pure energy. Being new to volleyball, he had to patiently develop his skills so he could play with that energy, but on the court, he played with raw power and explosiveness. That made him a potent offensive threat and an imposing blocker. And Dexter was always ready for volleyball season. I might not even know when the season starts next year when Dexter running up to me like, hey, coach, you know what time it is? It's game time. Dexter, thank you so much. I'm totally going to miss your fire and your enthusiasm. Take care and be loved. And thanks for bringing your whole crew to the game. I appreciate it very much. Next is Jeffrey. Some call him the big dog, but let's be honest, he was literally the biggest dog. Jeffrey's intense and competitive. He hated to lose, played every game and every point with a purpose. His nickname was Sheffy, and they stir it up like that for you, because when he got cooking, you knew you were about to get served. So thank you, Sheffy, for bringing your unreturnable jump serve while still being able to hit the floor and get your jersey dirty. We'll miss your determination to succeed. Good luck to all that you do, brother. Peace out. And finally, Asha. Despite what her phone thinks, Asha is truly a unique individual. Athletically, she is quick and nimble. She's light on her feet, swift with her hands. She has great vision, and she uses it to direct her teammates on the field and on the court. She inspires with kindness and caring, and no matter what kind of day she's having, she's always there for her team, competing and encouraging, whether it's on the sideline or in the courtyard, in the huddle or on Arden Lawn. Wherever you encounter her, she's going to let you know that you matter and that we're all in this together. And in these troubled times, I can't think of anything more important. I'm going to miss walking through those gym doors and hearing her say, "How was your day, Mr. Prater?" And really meaning it. Literally the best part of my day every time it happened. And with that, Ms. Jamie Bell is going to introduce the next student athlete. So go ahead and take it away, JB.
Thank you, Coach Prater. I hope everyone's doing well and look forward to seeing everyone very soon. It's not how you start, but how you end that matters. And Regan Gray had an impressive finish to her Poly athletic career. She is a versatile soccer player and gifted track athlete. Regan was a standout center back and, when needed, became a goal scorer. I've been so impressed with her growth, attitude, and fearlessness. How she handled injury and adversity is truly the mark of a determined athlete. She was a strong leader and respected soccer teammate. Regan not only controlled the pitch, but also runs a sick 400. She was a league champion on the oval. Regan, your confidence, resilience, and leadership skills shine throughout your career. We thank you for your commitment and contributions to Poly athletics. I had the extreme privilege to coach Louisa Wolcott Breen in every single sport she played. Louisa is a dedicated student athlete who is one of those rare kids as she makes an impact on literally every single person involved in a sports program. If we were to look up what a great teammate embodies, Louisa's smiling picture would be there. I am beyond impressed with this girl's selfless attitude and joyous spirit. Louisa leads by pouring herself into others and is the first to offer help and always says thank you. She possesses a servant's heart, is well liked by all, loves her teammates unconditionally, and has a very contagious personality. It is her character that truly impresses me. I have no doubt that Louisa Breen will make a large impact in the world around us. Thank you, Lulu, for all you've given to Poly Athletics. You will be missed. Next to present is Coach Charlene Bierman.
Thank you, Jamie. First up for me is Caitlin Min. Caitlin is a very talented swimmer. Unfortunately, due to her injuries, we did not get to see all of what she was capable of. Her freshman year, she was a medalist on our CIF Division III runner-up team, qualifying for the 200 IM and 100 fly individually, and was a member of the third place 400 free relay team. This year, she stepped out of her comfort zone and embraced a new challenge, trying water polo for the first time. I always enjoyed when Caitlin would see me on campus. She would always stop and just talk about whatever was going on. Caitlin, we wish you the best in your future endeavors. Next up is Ben. Ben Smith, your contribution to the team's success during your high school years will be greatly missed. You have done this modestly and with class. Even more impressive is you have that rare ability to coach and inspire others. Your success in coaching Hannah and inspiring others to want to try diving is a true testament to your ability. Ben was All-League 3 years and league champion in 2019. He was All-CIF 3 times and 2-time CIF Division III runner-up. It has been a joy to see you compete and grow as a diver over the past 4 years. We wish you the best as you continue diving at Claremont. And next up is our girls varsity soccer coach, Pat Gray.
Hardworking, determined, and coachable. Those are the words that come to mind when I think of Jilly Denham. As a 4-year member of the girls soccer program, Jilly distinguished herself as a student athlete that always gave her best effort day in and day out. Whether it was on the cross-country course or the soccer field, Jilly had this ability to turn into an intense competitor when the gun sounded or the whistle blew. Jilly is described by her peers as someone who is always positive and knows what it really means to be part of a team. One teammate said that any good team needs people like Jilly Denham. We want to thank Jilly for all that she has brought to Poly and for really just being herself. I've had the pleasure of watching Kayla McFarland play soccer since the time she was 5 years old. Even then, on her AYSO team, I remember her having the ability to just speed past her opponents. Fast forward a few years later, and Kayla continued to excel during her 3 years as a member of the girls' soccer program. Scoring goals and assisting others, Kayla was a real force to be reckoned with. All the while, Kayla remained fun, positive, and easy to work with. Kayla brought this same athleticism and positive nature to the tennis court. Kayla, thanks for your dedication to the Poly Athletic program, and we send you off with our very best wishes. Oge is the type of kid that puts everything into whatever activity she's doing. A vital member of the soccer and track teams, Oge's blazing speed was brought to bear over the past 4 years. And all prep league selection, she was always a consummate team first type of person. Oge moved from the defender spot to being a forward to help the team during her sophomore year. Her move instantly changed the trajectory of the season, and both goals and assists followed. Oge's teammates have been able to count on her to give her best effort and to be someone who knows how to bring fun to a group. Oge, it has been a pleasure to coach you the past 4 years, and I am excited to see your continued success as you move on from Poly. We have been really fortunate over the years that girls soccer players have been so willing to try new positions or to sacrifice for the good of the team. At the very top of this list stands Sofia Ramirez. Sofram saved the team our last season when she moved to goalkeeper. And let's face it, this is about as drastic of a move that a soccer field player can make. And to take things to the next level, Sofram dedicated her time leading up to her senior season by training and honing her goalkeeping skills, moving from someone who played goalie to a bona fide goalkeeper. And there is a profound difference. Soph was a field general from the back, and she had the full respect of all of her teammates. She finished her senior year as an all-prep league goalkeeper. Soph, it has been a pleasure coaching you since our AYSO days, and you will be missed for the person you are and the contributions that you've made to the Poly Athletic program. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Gray. Hi, everybody. The first athlete I'm going to recognize is Megan Kelleher. Along with being a gifted athlete, Megan is also a gifted leader. That's why she is one of our captains for the girls' water polo team. Her dedication to her teammates and her willingness to sacrifice for her team is one of the greatest qualities that you can ask for in an athlete. She has had an enormous impact as an athlete at Poly, leading teams to championships, winning games, finding success, but most importantly, I think it's her ability to build lasting relationships. I am certain she will continue to do this and continue to impact people wherever she goes. Thank you for impacting us so greatly, Megan. The next athlete I'd like to recognize is Sean Liu. As one of the smallest players on our boys water polo team, we asked Sean to play the toughest role in the pool. He constantly guarded the biggest player in the pool and consistently shut them down. That is a testament to two of what I believe are Sean's greatest qualities: his work ethic and his heart. And that's obvious when you see his ability to balance everything that he does in and out of the pool, and when you see him approach and deal with teammates. Sean was one of the most intelligent and dedicated people I've had the pleasure of coaching. Thank you for all you've done for our program, Sean. Lastly, I'd like to recognize Tally Womans. Another captain of our girls water polo team and girls swim team, Tally is one of the fiercest competitors and greatest athletes I've had the opportunity to work with. I could talk all day about her talents and her gifts as an athlete, but it's her attitude and her dedication to her craft that sets her apart. If you have ever had the opportunity to watch her play, that is evident. Tally's ability to approach every day as a new challenge and every obstacle as a way to learn is why she's not only found success, but helps so many others find success as well. She is as loyal as teammates come, and for that, she will continue to thrive at the next level, not just in sports, but in all endeavors. She will undoubtedly be missed, and we thank you so much for all you've done for your teams and your community here at Poly. Thanks, Tally. Next, I'd like to hand it off to Coach Rasmussen.
Thanks, Sean. Wish we were all together, but let's continue to make the best of where we are. Bianca Murray. Bianca Murray is a 4-year varsity golfer. She was a team captain this year. It does not matter where she played in the lineup, she always played her best and had fun. Bianca also helped Poly win its first ever league championship in girls golf. Most importantly, Bianca enjoyed the friendships, team sportsmanship, and strong bonding with each one of her team members. Zach Lassiter. I've been fortunate to coach Zach for 4 years in varsity golf. Zach played multiple sports during his high school career. Wherever Zach played and whatever Zach played, he played all out. He committed himself to get better each and every year. Zach has been a team leader and was a captain on the golf team this year. He is fun to be around and well respected. In golf, he scored in the 30s a number of times. Zach's success as a player and his character as a person are exceptional. Okay, now we'll head to our fencing coach, Lelia.
Thank you, Coach Rasmussen, for those lovely speeches. There's a joke going around that fencing is the original social distancing sport, where we all wear masks and gloves anyways, and if anyone gets within 6 feet of you, you stab them. Here are a few OG social distancers. Gwen Bradforth has an amazing sense of social responsibility, especially with the underclassmen girls of the fencing team. She'll always be the first to comfort a teammate in need of emotional support, and always with a sense of humor underscoring her care. And beyond that, Gwen is just as capable of giving advice about fencing, poly, or life in general. She's just as willing to take responsibility and get things done as she is to cut loose and have fun. Gwen is truly a great presence and role model for the fencing team, and I'm sure she will be missed. Theo Fernandez is one of our most enthusiastic and hardest working members. His method of smiling through the pain of some tough conditioning or an exhausting workout made the rest of the team stronger and set a good example for future leaders. Theo is always pushing himself to improve, never complacent, never settling for good enough. If ever he said good enough, it was always followed by a little for now in parentheses. He knows how to allow himself to celebrate improving without losing momentum. And perhaps most importantly, he knows how to have fun while doing it. This way, not only will Theo be able to continue improving himself, but he can inspire those around him to improve as well. Samuel Johnson Lacoste brings a certain brand of liveliness, controlled chaos, and thoughtfulness to the fencing team. He can make practice fun and exciting for himself and his fellow teammates without being disruptive. He's intelligent, bringing his agility and dexterity from the fencing strip to the volleyball court and back. It's no wonder the kids at Poly Summer called him Spring Shoe Sam. His high energy is matched only by his high capacity for empathy. He's mature and graceful, no matter the outcome of a bout. Sensing when his opponents or his teammates need a friendly competitive push or a little encouragement. Truly an admirable member of our community. Thank you to all of the seniors from this year's fencing team, and best of luck to you all in the future. Now I'm going to pass it over to Coach Schmoke.
Poly finally figured out a way that they could have me do these presentations and limit my time with editing, and it took a pandemic to do this, so who knows how this will end up. Henry D'Amico. Man, do I love me some Henry D'Amico. What a great kid. Number one, what a renaissance man. He came in as a basketball player and certainly left as a jack of all trades. A huge impact on our football team. I know when you look out, you don't look and say, oh, Henry, there's a giant offensive lineman. But he is so smart. He works so incredibly hard on the football team, just like he did when I watch him play basketball, just like he does when I see him on the stage. Henry, you're exactly the kind of kid that makes coaching fun, enjoyable, and so rewarding. Thank you for being you. We're going to miss you next year. Jackson Treaster. How do you sum up a career that was so exciting for a kid that you've known forever in 30 seconds? I don't know if I can do it. It'll probably end up being edited. But let me say this about Jackson. Jackson started coming around when he was just a little tiny Jackson. He still had great dimensions, thick, strong, great balance when he was either a water boy or a ball boy, but we knew right from jump that he was going to be a good one. From his freshman year all the way through his senior year, he was a leader. He had the carries when the going got tough, when we needed it. He did it. He fought through this injury that can be devastating for some, and he did it with a positive attitude and pushed so hard and has pushed himself all the way to an invitation to Boston College to play football. And I'm so looking forward to his best days even ahead of him. And I'm sure that he has the confidence and the ability to do something special and shock the world. Congratulations, Jackson. We're going to miss you a ton. Aaron Tyler is that kid who every year I thought he might not come back to football because he's such a serious athlete when it comes to soccer. And he was always so forthcoming with where his number one sport allegiances laid. But he's such a competitor, which you would never necessarily guess because he's such a quiet kid. I was very thankful that by his senior year, we got him actually talking and giving responses more than just the thumbs up, the famous Aaron thumbs up. But what really exhibited itself was his competitive nature. When given a challenge, boy, that kid stepped up. He was always 100% reliable, 100% with what he did, and he developed himself into being one of, if not the best cover corner that I've ever had the opportunity to coach. He was a kid who you never really had to think about. He was very low maintenance, but just an awesome individual. And I really look forward to seeing Aaron continue on and fight on and push with that competitive nature next year in soccer, wherever he ends up. Thank you so much, Aaron. I hope that it was a great experience for you as much as it was for me. Thank you. Van Fickner, Big Van. First of all, congratulations, Van, on being a 10 or more sport athlete at Poly. He threw his hat in the ring and went after it. Just like Aaron in some ways, I was always worried that Van may not end up returning to football because baseball was such a big part of his life, and how could it not be with such a giant frame and being a big lefty? He was dominant on the mound. Had an amazing career as a baseball player, but I would like to say he also had an amazing career as a football player. I knew early on that he was going to be an outstanding defensive player for us. Slippery, got a great motor, love his aggression on the field. You never had to wonder what Van was thinking because he would tell you, and he would tell you loudly and proudly, and I love that. Don't ever lose that. And then this year stepped up huge also to really be a guy who very rarely came off the field for us offensively or defensively. We're going to miss his presence both as an athlete and just as a young person. Great kid, loved the drive, looks forward to you so much seeing you continue your education and playing in college next year. Thank you, Van, for everything that you've done. This is always home. All right, I'm going to break now and come back for the next set.
Thank you, Coach Smoke. This year, I had the privilege of coaching 6 outstanding seniors, all of which contributed to the team in their own unique ways. I'd like to start by talking about Noelle Daves first. Since the first time I saw Noelle hit a tennis ball, I have been wildly impressed by her talent as a player. Her finesse, fight, and power was unrivaled, but the impression she left with me goes beyond the court. Her love and dedication to her teammates was a privilege to watch. As president of BSU and SALC, her contributions to Poly have been great. Noelle, I will never forget what a wonderful leader and team advocate you are. I have no doubt you will make a huge impact on the world around you. Thank you for all that you have done for Poly, and you will be dearly missed. Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a fun, kind, and genuine person. She led our team with spirit and encouragement. As a tennis player, Elizabeth was determined and patient. Her ability to grind was unparalleled. Elizabeth, you truly are an incredible athlete, and it has been such a joy watching you grow into the sure and powerful young woman you are today. A peer mentor and president of Neuroadversity Club, despite these other obligations, you never skipped a practice and always showed up ready to work hard and play hard. Elizabeth, you are a joy to coach and simply to be around. Your happy attitude and kind personality will continue to grow and shine, and I know you will impact all the new people that you meet in college with that same light that you shared here. Thank you for all that you have done for Poly. I will miss you, and I wish you all the best. Saya. Saya was always the eager student, ready to take advice and excited to learn and grow at anything she did, including tennis. These qualities made her a joy to coach. Saya was a team player, ready to take singles or doubles positions, and always wanted to do whatever was best for the team. As editor-in-chief of the Paw Print, co-president of the Women of Colors Club, the Breaking Boundaries Club, a member of Student Community Engagement, and part of the Global Scholars Program, it was a miracle that Saya showed up at the court. But you did. And you were always there, ready to support your teammates and be there for them in any way that you could. Any way that you could contribute. You were always happy to do so for your team. And I will never forget that. We will miss you deeply, but I can't wait to see what you will do in the years to come. I know you will have a great impact on the world. Caitlin. Caitlin was an incredible example of what I believe polyathletics stands for. She was always fair, kind, and reasonable when playing other teams, and the other teams noticed. Caitlin was such a joy to coach. Her positive and happy attitude was contagious, and being around her made your spirits light. Her personality transferred to the court, and she happily beat her opponents down with her resilience and ability to grind. Coach Sam and I absolutely loved working with you these past 3 years that we were able to coach at Poly, and we will miss you so, so much. Thank you for all your hard work and the time that you have put into for Poly. We know that you are off to do great things. Anais contributed to the team as both a singles player and doubles player, but she shined brightest at the net. When Anais lunged across the net at a volley, her opponents literally ran away. Her ability as a net player was unmatched. Anais, it has been so much fun working with you over these past years. Thank you for the honor of coaching you and of getting to know you. You're a talented and fun person, and you have proven yourself in so many ways. You're a fighter and a supportive teammate, ready to help and uplift your girls. I am so excited to see what you will do next. Thank you for all your contributions to Poly, and I wish you all the best. We will miss you. Now I would like to introduce Coach Sam.
Thank you, Natalie. I have the pleasure of honoring 4 fine student athletes today. Wally Korngold. Wally was one of the hardest working players on the team, always looking for ways to improve all aspects of his game. Starting from 2 doubles his freshman year and stepping up to 1 singles by his senior year, he became one of the most reliable, well-rounded players that the whole team can count on any given day. It was especially a pleasure for the coaches to recognize him as the most improved player his junior year and rely on him to serve as a co-captain his senior year. Thank you, Wally, for demonstrating the value of hard work and dedication over the last 4 years. Will Robles. Will, aka Flash, was one of the key members on the varsity tennis team over the last 4 years. He has shown nothing less but full dedication to the team, despite having to juggle multiple commitments. It is clear that he had set high standards for himself and others, not only in performance, but in putting the team above oneself. His presence was vital in keeping the team cool and level-headed, especially during more challenging situations. Thank you, Will, for your commitment and consistent dedication to the team over the last 4 years. Renzo Soato. Renzo was undoubtedly one of the most gifted student athletes we had on the team over the last 4 years. Some of the accolades include league MVP 3 years in a row, along with having the highest winning percentage on the team over the last 4 seasons. More importantly, however, it was a delight to especially watch his competitive spirit channeled to team leadership by his senior year, demonstrated by willing to play in any position and keeping the team focused and motivated when most needed. Thank you, Renzo, for your dedication to the team, setting the bar high, and doing it in style. Spencer Wilson. Spencer has been a dedicated member of the varsity tennis team over the last 4 years. There is no question how much he really cared for the team and showed how to both work hard and play hard. As a coach, I appreciated most of all how much work he has put in to increasing his consistency in both physical and mental game over the 4 seasons. It was a pleasure to observe how much his game has matured overall, both on and off the court. I'd also like to express my appreciation for much needed humor and comic relief he often brought to the team in most needed moments. Thank you, Spencer, for not only your commitment and dedication, but also for your help in making every season so enjoyable for the whole team over the last 4 years. Next up, I'm happy to introduce Coach Katrina Damasco.
Thank you, Sam. As he mentioned, my name is Coach Katrina Damasco. I'm the head varsity girls volleyball coach and the assistant boys varsity volleyball coach. I hope you all are well and healthy. I know I miss seeing all your lovely faces, but stay healthy out there. I'm here to first talk about Chase Holt. Chase was part of the volleyball community for just a short period of time, but he made an impact. Volleyball is not an easy sport to learn. There are so many different technical skills required and so many rules on the court to learn, but Chase embraced the challenge of the sport. I would imagine, like he does in class, Chase took a very analytical approach to the game, wanting to understand the nuances of the many rules, positions, and strategies. He exemplifies Poly's spirit of adventure in his foray into volleyball, as well as badminton and fencing. Thank you, Chase, for bringing your introspection to the team and exemplifying the Poly spirit of adventure. Ella Kenny. Ella is as fiery as her hair. She's got a smile that can light up the room, character and pizzazz for days, and enough spirit to fill a gym. Whether she was on the court, in the pool, or on the bench, Ella was constantly cheering for her teammates, supporting them throughout every drill and every game. In the pool and the court alike, Ella was a tough defender. In water polo, she used her strength and long arms to make some great plays. On the volleyball court, her strength and long arms helped make some big, important blocks at the net. Ella was an eager teammate, more than willing to play whatever position the team needed her to play without any hesitation. And she did it with so much heart. She worked hard, always looking for ways to improve her skills, and has a passion for whatever sport she was playing. Ella, you will be missed. Your passion, spirit, and enthusiasm will all be missed next year, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors. Maggie Jameson. Although she was Maggie to most of you, she was always Margaret to me. But to all of us, she was a dedicated, hardworking athlete, giving it her all in practices and in games. Regardless of what was going on in the world off the court or the field, Margaret showed up, focused, and ready to go. She had this game time attitude that was a great example for her teammates. The minute that first whistle was blown, it was all business. She is undeniably athletic and skilled. Although she played one season of soccer at Poly, soccer is her first sport and volleyball was her second. But on the court, you never would know. She's quick, agile, has amazing court awareness, anticipates well, and can read the ball and her opponents effortlessly. That's what made her an exceptional defender on the volleyball court. Off the court, she was admired for her lightheartedness, quick wit, and humorous sarcasm. Marge, thank you for your contributions to Poly Athletics. You'll be missed very much next year. University of Chicago's soccer program is lucky to have you. Next, I introduce to you the head boys soccer coach, Dan Sheridan.
Thank you, Katrina. I hope you're all doing well. Student athlete I'd like to talk about this time is Josh Kalichman. Josh Kalichman played 4 years varsity soccer, was one of the most competitive kids I've ever coached. He wanted to win every day, every game, every drill. He was somebody who had a real drive to succeed. He was always pushing the limit, but again, he made his teammates better and propelled us to new heights. Thank you, Josh. The student athlete I'd like to talk about at this time is Stuart Sessions. Stuart played 4 years of varsity soccer, 3 years, and call up his freshman year. Played a little bit in midfield, but where it really shined his last 2 years under my coaching was defender. And Stuart embraced this challenge with open arms. Stuart scored a couple very clutch goals. Was always at practice, always dependable, and a guy who played through pain and through competition at every turn. Stuart made our team better, and he'll be sorely missed. I'd like to pass it now to this time to Coach Casey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. I'm now very lucky to get the opportunity to speak about 3 of my student athletes who have been in the badminton program for 4 years And with me for my entire journey as the badminton coach at Poly, which is also 4 years. So we know each other really well. And starting with Muskan, Muskan just continued to improve every year. And last year really came to light when she started playing mixed doubles with Albert Liu and, really winning some good matches. And Muskan is, when she's at her best on the court, she's also at her most stressed. And I've gone on court and tried to coach her, and she's like, stop talking to me. And I do, I talk too much. But, I still owe you a Jamba Juice, Muskan. You're going to have to cash that in at some point. Then we get on to Bo. Bo's just great. Whether it's been sitting in the back, strategizing with me over the team sheet and how to set up the lineups, whether it's me thinking I'm out of reach of earshot and I'm swearing under my voice, and Bo's sitting right there going, it's okay, coach, it's okay. Bo's just great. He's a leader. He's a great speaker. He wants to play singles when he maybe shouldn't be because he's passing out on the court. He's just always been all in for the badminton program, and it's been great to share in that with Bo. Then we get to OJ. She knows I'm going to go there immediately. OG didn't talk to me for 2 weeks at one point because I made everybody run outside. So don't ever make OG run outside. It could get pretty apocalyptic. But OG's just great. OG is always, finding the competition stressful, and finding her way on the court, and finding it really tough in our league, because in our league we have a lot of international level, or at least national or club level kids, female kids are playing in some of the teams that we play against, which is tough. And OG's been, much like Muskan, a major proponent in the catalyst that's helped grow our program into the size that it is now, and being leaders, and looked up to by our younger players and freshmen. And I just can't thank her enough for that, and her contribution to the program. And with that, I'd like to move on to Brad now. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Every player in the basketball team voted for Nick Richard Craven as team MVP. They all mentioned Nick gave 100% effort every game in practice and encouraged his teammates to do the same. They all looked to Nick as a leader, and he set a great example. He was the heart of the team. He fully embraced the culture we created. In volleyball or basketball, Nick was the kind of player that made his teammates better. His only goal was for his team to play its best. He could care less about individual recognition and stats. He guarded the opponent's best players, set up teammates to score, rebounded, got every loose ball. But Nick could score, from making a big three his freshman year in a comeback playoff win versus Vista Del Lago to making many unstoppable drives to the basket every time he played Flintridge. His basketball teams won over 80 games in 4 years and were academic champions 3 times. Nick is the type of student athlete I would want to represent Poly under any circumstances. I believe Jordan Richard Craven entered Poly kindergarten in the fall of 1995. Nick's graduation this year ends the Richard Craven family's 25-year run as Poly parents. I would like to thank them for the family's contributions for the Poly community and look forward to seeing them many more times in the future. Next is Katrina Damasco.
Thank you, Brad. Coach Katrina here again. And now I'm here to speak about Ella Mao. When you walk into the gym, you know Ella Mao is a force to be reckoned with. She had a presence on the volleyball court that was undeniable. As a huge contributing factor on the varsity volleyball team all 4 years, Ella was a natural leader. She was voted captain in her senior season, and Ella led by example. She worked hard in the gym, always looking to improve. She's a natural offensive force, becoming our go-to girl because of her big hits and her numerous kills. But that wasn't enough for her. Ella also took the time to be a better defender and serve receiver, making her a very well-rounded teammate. She took her impressive leaping abilities to track and field, where she contributed by competing in the long jump, triple jump, and high jump, earning the team crucial points. Her talent, energy, and enthusiasm showed on the court as well. She was the first to cheer on the successes of her teammates during the games, and during practice breaks, she was always doing cartwheels on the field, playing around, or making some TikTok video with her teammates. We will miss both your passionate and your jovial presence on the team. Good luck with your volleyball career at University of Chicago. Zoe is a hard-working athlete with a constant drive for greatness. She is meticulous in her skill work, both on the volleyball court and in track and field. Her track and field coach describes her as calculated and disciplined, shining in the high jump. Her junior year, she dedicated the time to perfect her skill and timing, and it paid off as she finished all around second in CIF and second most successful female high jumper at Poly. On the volleyball court, she was the setter on the court, calling the plays and running them. Her competitiveness was infectious. She worked hard to maintain a very distinct level of play, always striving for excellence. She had high expectations of herself and of her teammates, and that was one of the driving forces of the team's successes over the years. Her athleticism and versatility is uncanny, making her a very valuable player on the court. University of Chicago's volleyball program is so lucky to have you next year. Thank you for your valuable contributions, and you will be missed so much. Kate Salambier. When Catherine is involved with something, she is involved with her whole heart. You see her heart on the stage and on the volleyball court. The varsity volleyball program had the privilege of having her as a member for all 4 years. And she's truly come a very long way. She started out as a new member of the Poly community her freshman year, a little timid, a little awkward, like most freshmen are. But she quickly found her stride on the team. By her junior year, she was unanimously voted captain of the team and took on that role with her whole heart, putting the team first, always. She was an exceptional captain, leading both vocally and by example. When she walked into the gym, she turned off the day and gave her 100% attention to volleyball. As captain, she was committed to making sure everyone on the team felt like they were part of the family and were well taken care of. She was the anchor. Catherine, we were so lucky to have you, and I feel so fortunate to have coached you over your career. Your heart for the team and the game will be very much missed. I have the pleasure of honoring Kira Carragher. This 10 out of 12 athlete is not only a wonderful athlete, but she's an exceptional human being. She's the type of player every coach wants on their team and every teammate is lucky to have. She's hardworking, eager to learn, always striving to be her best, do her best, and finds a learning opportunity in every opportunity. She's passionate both on and off the court and embodies school spirit. She radiates positivity, constantly encouraging her teammates and friends. During the couple of seasons on the cross-country team, she ran through pain and discomfort in her foot with perseverance and a smile. In her one season on the volleyball court, she studied the sport, put in extra court time, and pushed herself to be the best that she could possibly be for her teammates, making her a big presence at the net as a middle blocker, creating big crucial plays throughout the season, and especially during the team's playoff run. Through the years, she's grown to be an exceptional leader, finding her voice, particularly in this past season of the girls' basketball team. Kira took it upon herself to lead the team, constantly pumping the team with encouragement and leading by example through her tireless work on the court and in the weight room. Kira, your smile, your spirit, and enthusiasm will be greatly missed next year. It was such a pleasure coaching you, and good luck at Tulane next year. Next, I'd like to introduce athletic trainer Rob Michaels.
Thank you, Coach Katrina. Now I get the pleasure of talking about a great kid, Julian Cardenas. As we all know, Julian has woven himself into many aspects of the Poly life. He was not only a great student athlete by being part of the fencing program, but he was an integral part in the sports medicine team his junior and senior years. And we know 2 things about Julian. He is reliable and definitely accountable. Whether it was filling up water bottles, restocking training room supplies, filling up first aid kits, helping us set up equipment on the field, taking it down, he always took the initiative and was very knowledgeable with emergency care. And so he was a great help on the sidelines during games and became a vital source of communication during injuries. Julian's enthusiasm to ensure athletic safety was respected and admired not only by Andrew and myself, but by the coaching staff and by the athletes. We thank you for everything that you gave to our community, and we wish you all the best in all your future endeavors. And now I want to throw it over to Coach Schmoke. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Rob. Hey, everybody. I am back. I have the honor of getting to speak about a number of people this year. And who better to start with than Harry Foy? Harry is a 12 out of 12 kid here, and he has done, I think, about every sport that we offer or close to it. We've seen him play basketball. We've seen him play soccer. We've seen him play football. We've seen him golf. We've seen him play tennis. And the amazing thing about it is Harry was good at every single one of them. He contributed with all of them. I was worried about his football career as he had some shoulder issues early on, where literally as a kid whose shoulder popped out quite often. As a matter of fact, in his first varsity showing at a scrimmage, his shoulder popped out. We decided early on that we were going to try to limit his time on the field a little bit because of it. Defense ended up kind of being off the table for Harry. And so what he did was he poured himself into maybe the most thankless job on the team, which is being an offensive lineman. Did an amazing job. Had such a great motor. Was very smart, and on a senior-led offensive line, he was one of the big leaders there. We really appreciate everything that you've done, Harry, for the program and for the school and for just being who you are. Best of luck in college next year. Connor Henderson, another guy who stepped up big time, played many different sports. It's easy for me to climb in and talk about him and his contributions in football. Running the ball, catching the ball as a cover guy, making big plays and stepping up, always doing it with a quiet confidence, but always with that confidence there. Made huge plays for us all the way through, and never let his lack of being a big guy stop him from really getting in and making some huge plays for us. Other amazing thing was how hard and diligently he worked in track and field to really make himself the fastest kid around. And people wanted to challenge him all the time as a junior and a senior, and he stepped up and he took on all comers. Connor, we're very proud of you, and always know that this is home, and we look forward to seeing you in the future as well. Thank you. Thomas will always be in my memory as one of those kids who is a football kid, which is amazing because I don't know that he would use that label for himself at all. As a matter of fact, I'm sure he wouldn't. I'm sure he would say it was one of the many things he did. He played sports 12 out of 12. He was always on a team. He was always making improvements, but football is where he really shined in my perspective, obviously, as a football coach. Thomas had that strange combination of amazing confidence and not saying a word or saying very little. He led by his actions, and his actions from start to finish were impressive. I wanted to keep him on the JV as a sophomore, and the rest of the coaching staff said, "You're crazy. This kid might be the best kid on the team." And he stepped up from day one with a physical presence that we haven't had too many guys around here have. Everybody knew Thomas was the dude. Everybody knew that his physicality and his willingness to step up and play hard were beyond. Great kid, great football player. Thomas, you'll always be in my mind as one of the best I've coached. Congratulations. Trent Steele, love that kid. For 4 years, over a 4-year period, I think Trent played about every single position on the football field and not complained once. Did everything he could to help us be a better team. This year, we needed him to step up and be the quarterback on a very good team, and he did a great job with it. His athleticism and his arm strength, probably the best out of any quarterback I've ever had, that combination. He made big plays for us. He had the ability then to turn around on defense and be a huge stopper in big times. And it was so much fun for me to continue working with Trent and to see his grind and his drive. Also, to see his grind and drive in the classroom and the work that he put in to give himself an opportunity that he has now. Trent, I'm so proud of you, and I cannot wait to make a game up in Cleveland to watch you play football at the next level. And I hope that this was an outstanding experience for you, and always know that this is home and we're here for anything that you ever need. Congratulations, Trent.
Thank you to all the coaches for your thoughtful words. Now it's time for some more awards. The PE department, along with the help of the Poly's varsity head coaches, nominated and selected the recipients for the following awards. First up is the Male and Female Athletes of the Year. The award winners are selected for their outstanding athletic ability. Besides their athleticism, the other requirement is that they have participated on 2 or more varsity teams during their senior year. Let's start with the Female Athlete of the Year. The PE department and varsity head coaches award the 2019-2020 Female Athlete of the Year to Tally Willman. Tally has been a star in the aquatics program. She started her career as a freshman, leading Poly to the CIF Division V Water Polo Championship. She continued being the driving force for the water polo team that compiled an 82-21 record over her 4 years. Individually, she was honored as Prep League MVP, All-CIF, and All-American. Tally added swimming to her resume, qualifying for CIF as a junior and would have qualified as a senior. Her coaches respected her work ethic and dedication to her sports. Teammates appreciated her smile and kind words towards them. Tally is unassuming and humble. You would never know watching her interact with her teammates that she will be playing at the highest level next year at Stanford. But watching her play in the water, you quickly realize that you're watching something special. Congratulations, Tally. Now for the Male Athlete of the Year. The Physical Education Department and varsity head coaches award the 2019-20 Male Athlete of the Year to 2 young men, Nick Richard Craven and Thomas McConnell. Nick has had an impressive career playing in our gyms while participating in basketball and volleyball. He was a 4-year varsity basketball player whose teams averaged 20 wins a year. Nick was honored with All-League and All-CIF awards, which speaks to his athleticism, but doesn't tell his story. He's a team-first guy, a star player who makes others around him better. He always encourages his teammates while role modeling what effort and determination is. Nick is soft-spoken, leads by example, and appreciated by his teammates for his calm demeanor. Nick is a class act, always representing our school in a way that makes us proud. Congratulations, Nick. Thomas McConnell passes the eye test when you're looking for an athlete. His solid frame, muscular limbs, and flowing hair reminds us of a Greek god. Thomas was dominant on the football field. His toughness, intelligence, and athleticism put fear in opponents. Watch him on defense, and wherever the ball went, there was Thomas blasting the ball carrier. Then in classic Thomas style, he would reach down to pick up the opponent. Thomas played 12 out of 12 seasons of sport. His approach to athletics is refreshing. He has a strong work ethic while striving for excellence, but Thomas really just loves to play. He is about being part of a team and competing. We wish Thomas good luck playing at Pomona Pitzer next year. Congratulations, Thomas. Now for the Craig Sweeney Award. The Craig Sweeney Memorial Athletic Award was established in 1982 and is being presented for the 37th year. This award was established by Nancy Jo Sweeney in honor of her brother to a senior who participates in more than one season of sport during his or her senior year and who, like Nancy's brother, exemplifies leadership to others in sportsmanship, integrity, and enthusiasm in the field of play. The Physical Education Department and varsity head coaches are pleased to present this award to Kira Carragher. Kira participated in 11 out of 12 seasons of sport. Every team she contributed to received 100% of her effort and heart. She was honored All-League and Team MVP in basketball. She had excellent skills, but it was her ability to bring out the best in others that you would notice. She would point to a teammate to say thank you for a nice play, or encourage a teammate when things weren't going well. She had physical challenges in cross country, but was a good teammate, always supporting them when she could. Her willingness to try something new, playing volleyball for the first time her senior year, was the piece the team needed to reach their potential and speaks to her unselfishness and willingness to take risks. Kira is a special young lady who is very deserving of this award. Congratulations, Kira. For all our award winners tonight, your awards will be delivered to your house this evening. Congratulations to you all. That just about brings our program to its end tonight. To our senior athletes, this brings to a close your athletic career at Polytechnic School. You have experienced successes and failures. You have known highs and lows. When you look back on your years at Poly, those memories will fade and be replaced by memories of friendships made, the fun of athletic competition, and a respect for teamwork that taught you the value of working together towards a common goal. On behalf of your parents, friends, and the Poly Athletic Department, we give a special thanks to you. We hope you will look back with fond memories on your Poly athletic experience. Know that you will always have an athletic home here at Poly. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. This isn't how we envision tonight going, but we thank you for tuning in. Good night, and go Panthers.